We're live. We're live. We're live.
Good morning to you folks. How you folks doing?
Welcome to this Wisdom Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday, the middle of the work week. Some people call it hump day. I hope we've had a good week so far. We call it evaluation day.
Evaluation day.
And today's topic is one that we haven't done it like this before, but I'm looking forward to it actually. But the question of the day, the topic of the day is simply this.
What are you doing correctly?
What are you doing correctly? Now, on the surface, that might just seem not that deep of a question. But when you delve into that question, there are a lot of things that you're already doing correctly. And there's a lot of things you're doing kind of correctly. But I find when you delve into that question, it affirms you. So we're going to talk about it today.
Back in a moment.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. And you're in it.
Interesting. Close it, come back in.
Yes, because it's there. I even liked it on your page.
You liked it on my page? Okay. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So we up in the hizzy now. All right. So
hey, Tamika.
when you hear the thought, what am I doing correctly? What comes to your mind? What do you think about when someone says, what are you doing correctly?
Or almost correctly.
Or almost correctly. I imagine most folks would say stuff like, I don't know. I guess I'm doing some stuff correctly.
Yeah, I actually think that yesterday's topic, good morning, Sister Barbara. She says, good morning, beautiful people. I think yesterday's topic, thank you. That's the second kiss. I appreciate it.
This is the second kiss?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is. You kissed me already.
You imagined the first one.
That's what it is. I have an imagination. So the personal development tool conversation that we had yesterday really brought some things back to the forefront. Some of the things that you could have already been doing, but had stopped doing them for whatever reason, and that you can do them again.
Yes, you stop doing them, but you could do them again. That's right. Go ahead, baby.
And so today, with what are you doing correctly, actually is sort of, for me, it was sort of doubling down on that. What are you doing correctly? What I was doing correctly is what I started doing yesterday, which was going back to the beginning and reinforcing the things that I know work.
Sister Barbara Mosley, I want you to think about the question. We're asking
Kenny,
you
good morning.
Directly, Sister Barbara Mosley. In your opinion, what are you doing correctly now with your life? What are you doing the right way, or even kind of the right way? Kenny Tucker, I'm asking you, brother, what do you think it is that you're doing correctly with the time that you have, with the space that you're occupying right now? What are you doing correctly, or even kind of correctly? You don't even have to be doing it 100% correctly. What are you doing correctly right now? I want you to put some thought to that. And if you're willing to share some stuff, let's do that. Now, because yesterday I told a story about a military experience I had, that Lisa rolled her eyes like she just did, and she said that didn't go nowhere, It was like, I even think one or two people said the same thing. So I've loaded Sister Barbara Mosley 3 military stories that I want to tell that don't fit neatly anywhere. But they're 3.
But do they at least have a point?
Well, yeah, the point is I get to tell the story. The first story I'm going to share at some point today is the first time I jumped out of an airplane with a parachute. I didn't jump out of a plane without a parachute.
Well, good.
The first time I did it without a parachute, that's one story. I want to tell the story about the little white girl and the blood wings. I've told that a couple of times on the show.
And it had a point.
And then the last story I want to tell.
Had a point.
And the last story I want to tell is the last time I jumped out of a plane and what I was thinking and what was going on. Maybe I won't tell all 3 today.
Well, Blood Wings has a point. I don't know about the other 2 stories. We'll see. But anyway, So one of the things that I am
See.
doing correctly
Everything else. Go ahead.
was expressing gratitude. Now, I
Mm.
express gratitude verbally or mentally in my mind every day. But for the past couple of days, I reminded myself of the importance of writing gratitude,
Wow.
writing the gratitude.
And did you do it?
Absolutely. I did it yesterday and I did it again today.
How does that feel? Writing out things that you're grateful for.
Well, it actually really solidifies the reality of those things. Hey, Chef Rev, good morning. Good morning to you.
Chef Rev, in your opinion, what are you doing correctly now with your time, or even kind of the right way? What are you doing? Go ahead, baby.
What are you doing? So,
Writing out.
in writing out gratitude, seeing the things that I was grateful for actually jogged my memory for some of the associated things to be thankful for. So it actually increased my gratitude.
Yeah, by listen to what she said now. She did an exercise for herself. No one told her to do it. She just decided to do it because it was sparked by the conversation we had on this broadcast yesterday of self-development tools, things that she used to do. And she started to write out things that she was grateful for. So she's done it yesterday. She did it this morning. And she said it inspired her or reminded her of other things to be grateful for. At least that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
What I understood that she said there. And I'm sitting here right now. I'm actually inspired by the thought because when's the last time I wrote out things that I was grateful for? It's been a long time, actually. It's been a long time. So what are you doing correctly is the name of the topic of the day. And I'm going to intersperse some military stories in there. Okay. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me drop the first one right now. Barbara Mosey says,
a lot of reading and learning new things.
Correct.
Seriously thinking about getting my cookbook published. I wrote years ago. All right.
well, yes, seriously think about it.
Amen.
And let's do it. Good morning, Sister Judy.
Good
I'm
morning,
so
Judy.
excited to see you.
Amen.
Brother George Allen, Chef Rev says, in the answer to the question of what are you doing correctly? And he said,
being authentically myself. That is a marvelous
thing. Sister Judy Floyd, in your opinion, what are you doing correctly? And I'm talking about based upon the time that you have. With these days that you have that God has blessed you with, what are you doing correctly or even kind of correctly with your time? Lisa wrote down something that I think is a great jump off point of writing out things that she is grateful for. You know, this morning, I didn't get up early as I normally get up this morning. I got up probably 30 minutes later than I normally get up. Mm-hmm. But even still, I got up like 8:05, 8:10, something like that. For me, that's late. But when I got up, I couldn't go downstairs and eat breakfast. I went straight to my desk because I wanted to write an article about referrals. Because I saw a post on Facebook and I saw a post on LinkedIn, and I wanted to put my spin on it. I wanted to write an article about it. But I didn't get to that article. I started writing out. I actually posted this morning reminding people of their goodness, that you're good. Do you remember how good you are? Those kind of things. I made a post about that instead, and I shared it on my Facebook and my LinkedIn in a couple of groups. So my writing is up right now. So I think that's a good idea. That's something I'm doing correctly. I'm actually capturing some of these fleeting and good thoughts.
What I found that I'm doing correctly also is being very conscientious of what I'm thinking. Very conscientious. That almost like I can grab a thought and move it away if it's not supportive.
That unbidden negative thought that comes to you.
If that thought is not a part of the direction that I'm going in or positive, it's gone.
How do you do it?
It's gone.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, I yell at it actually.
She yells at it.
I yell at it actually. And one of the things that we were reading on last night and taught from, which was the book of Ruth,
in
chapter
the Women's
1.
Empowerment Network meeting, right?
Right. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Is that sometimes you have to talk louder than what you hear.
Okay, you got to overtalk that bull.
You got to overtalk the nonsense. Sometimes that nonsense will come in unbidden and try to derail you. Judy said, I start my day being thankful and grateful. Then I head out back and allow my bare feet to hit the earth and be one with the universe. Amen.
How often? Well, she says she starts her day. That alludes to that you do it regularly. Is that right, Sister Judy? But that's interesting. What about when it rains? It doesn't matter if it's wet grass or dry grass. You just get out there, let your bare feet be one with the universe. I like the thought because I think that's something you would do, actually. Lisa go step in the mud. She don't care. Good morning. She says daily.
Amen.
That's amazing to me. That's beautiful. You can do that, and that's a part of who she is. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Sister Judy. Today's topic is, what are you doing correctly?
We missed you, Sister Barbara. She said, I missed the meeting last night. Amen. We missed you. So
was Dr. Deborah there?
Yes, Dr. Deborah was there. We actually had an opportunity to sing happy birthday to her again. Absolutely.
She was there on her birthday.
Judy says, I talk to my plants.
Amen. That's awesome. And that's something correctly. Your plants, well, you know this because it's been studies have shown your plants can pick up on feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Your plants can tell feelings. Yes, they can. They feel better when you talk to them. They perform better when you're happy or be around them. They can tell if you're happy to be around them. I saw this study. I read the study in Psychology Today. This guy said to his guys, I'm going to light the leaves of this plant.
Mm-hmm.
He said it out loud, and he had a lighter, and he actually he turned on his lighter and lit the leaves, and the plant recoiled and all that kind of stuff. It just recoiled and burned up and all that. The plant kind of like tried to defend itself. And then the next time he said it, it goes, now look, watch what happens when I light this leaf. And he said he didn't light it, but just the thought out loud and the intention, the leaf started to curl up as if he had already did it.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? The plants know what he was getting ready to do, but he found it interesting. And I think it's interesting till today.
Dr. Deborah said, last night was awesome once again. I have a whole different appreciation for the book of Ruth. Amen. Dr. Deborah, me too.
Lisa was telling me a little bit about it. Y'all can't get past the first chapter, huh?
We can't get past the first chapter. Oh my goodness.
And Sister Judy says,
and being able to harvest and eat is amazing.
Now,
Amen.
How many times in the last couple of weeks have people with gardens spoken into our lives? Even the raised gardens and the plastic bin gardens and the gardens in the ground. People have been talking to us or speaking to us about my daughter, the stuff that you plant and take care of and are able to grow to the point of you can eat it and actually eat.
Mm-hmm.
That pea that you grew, that tomato that you grew,
that one pea,
whatever it is, that's amazing. That pepper you grew,
peppers, tomatoes, collard greens, cabbage.
At some point we're gonna end up with a garden.
You're gonna keep it.
You and I gonna end up with a garden.
Hey, Trivoli, how are you?
Good morning, Trivoli. Think about this. Trivoli, in your life, in your time, what is it that you believe that you're doing correctly or even kind of correctly? I'm going to tell one military story real fast because in 3 minutes or so, we're going to have our contribution from Mr. Mark Greer on Wisdom Wednesday. The first time I jumped out of a plane. To jump out of a plane, you got to go to a school called Airborne School. It's a 4-week-long school. That's all it is. And for 4 weeks, no walking. If you go outside at all, you have to be running everywhere you go. No walking. You can only walk indoors. So if you're going to go to the store, you're going to go to anything, you got to run there every time. And you got to run and you got to pay for everything along the way. And you don't pay in money, you pay in push-ups or pull-ups. So if you got to run, you go to breakfast, you get out your building, you run to breakfast, you got a pull-up bar, you got to do a certain number of pull-ups just to pay your way in to get breakfast. And then when you get your breakfast, you got to rush through it because you got people inside called black hats. They're yelling at you, hurry up, get out of here. This ain't no restaurant. Get out of here, go. The whole time you're eating, they're rushing you to get out, okay, yelling at you while you're eating. So you're wolfing down food really fast. And then you run out there, and then you run to your formation area, and you got to pay to get in the formation area. You got to do push-ups to get in, okay? So that goes on for 4 weeks. And it's all mind games. You think it's physical, but it's not. It's
Good
mind
morning,
games.
William Brown. Thank you for joining this
So
morning.
they get you psyched up to think that you can't get hurt. They're dropping you on the ground. They're knocking you over a lot. And you feel like you get tough on you because you have to learn how to land out of a plane. Now, I'm telling you, any of you guys ever jumped out of a plane, even tandem jumped in the civilian world? The civilian world plane jumps are nice because they're designed to get you gently to the ground. Military plane jumps are not nice. They're not designed to get you gently. They're designed to get you to the ground safely and quickly so you can start shooting back at the enemy. That's the plan. You're coming down. You got to assume they're shooting at you. You're getting dropped down behind enemy lines. They're shooting at you. So you got to get to the ground so you can shoot as fast as you can back to them. Okay. And all this 4 weeks. Now you do your graduation on the last day of the 4 weeks. And on the last day, you jump out of the plane 5 times. That's the graduation day. You got to do 5 jumps. That means 5 times. You got to load up on a plane, fly somewhere, jump out. Get in a truck, go on another plane, 5 times on the graduation day. Okay, now, my first jump. I'd been in the training all this time. I passed everything. I've been good. I felt I was in shape. And my name was McNeill, so I wasn't near the front. I was near the middle. And when they said stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. That means you stand up. Military planes, you don't open your own parachute. The plane opens it for you. If you're opening you only get to open your reserve, but you hook up to this cord inside. This cable inside the plane. You hook up to that, and it goes behind your parachute, all zigzag like that. And when you jump out, the force of the plane pulls your parachute open. That's how it is in the military. They don't want to mess that up.
Hey, Shirley. Thank you for joining this morning.
Time came. The doors opened, and the rush of wind came into the plane. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. You stand up, you hook up, and no one walks to the door. You shuffle. You keep your feet on the ground and kind of like shuffle to the door. And the first people, the doors open, and the George sergeant said, Black Hat said, go. And I saw people leaving the plane. And I was sitting there, I was thinking, they're actually doing it. That was my thought. They're actually doing it. This is the first time any of us had ever jumped out of a plane. And there are people in the back called pushers. So the pushers are pushing you towards the door.
They would have to have 2 pushers.
Well, you're getting out. You're not riding back, okay? I don't care what you say. Because there's some people might try. They get to the door and they panic and freeze. Mm-hmm. And they say, no, I can't do it. And that's when you'll get a boot in your back and kicking you out. Because you're getting out. Okay, so it's not an option.
Shirley said, I would never jump out of a plane on my own. Me neither.
Yes, you would. If you're in the military, you're doing it. So anyway, well, you had to volunteer for this. So I'm shuffling to the door, and I get to the door, and my time came. So I just went right to it. The training had kicked in. Now, when you jump out of a plane in the military, first it's very violent. Very violent. You have to keep your feet and knees together, chin tucked in, arms over your head, and you're trying to stay rigid. Because when you first jump out of a plane, imagine my whole arm is the plane, my body. You jump out of a plane, it goes like this. You don't just drop, you go like this. You're all over the place. And your body's twisting all over the place for a while. Okay?
No thanks.
And you're supposed to count 1001, 1002, 1003. And typically by 3, your chute will open up. It takes about 3. But for those first 3 seconds, your body's all over the place, okay? You can look through your feet up here, your body's all over the place. Very violent. But then once the chute opens, it's very peaceful, because when you first jump out of a plane, you don't go down right away. It appears like you go up because you can see the plane below you, and then you start to go down, okay? So
Shirley, we're grateful for your service. She says, what are you doing correctly?
Yes.
And she's being a caregiver to her community. Amen. Thank
I'm
you.
almost finished my story because y'all inspired me to tell these military stories.
No.
So, yes, you did. So, the chute opens, and it was a sunny day. And we start to coast down. And then you realize you have these 4 things here called risers. So if you pull on a riser, you'll go that direction. So if I pull over here, I go that direction. And you see us all in the air discovering it. And my first jump, I landed well and got up, gathered my chute, and walked to the truck. Have you ever followed behind a car or a truck in the evening time and see them flick a cigarette out the window? And you see how that cigarette hits the ground and kind of skitters and bounces around? That's what it's like when you first jump out of a plane. That's the first story of the day. My first jump. So the moral of the story is,
don't jump out of a perfectly good plane.
Here we go. It's time for our contribution from Mr. Mark Greer. Wisdom
Absolutely.
Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday.
Good morning to you, Empowerment Duo family. This is Wisdom Wednesday. I am Mark Greer. You know, there is a saying that says, no one knows what the future holds. And I'm going to prove to you today that saying is a myth. For those of you who believe that you can't control the future or you don't know what's in the future, let me say this to you. If you know what you want, if you know how to go about getting it, if you are committed, determined, and unshakable in your desire to pursue it, you know exactly what the future holds because you have a vision and you have a plan. For those who don't have a vision, for those who don't have a plan, for those who do not know what they want, yes, they have no idea what the future holds. But you are not that type of a person. You have a vision for your future. You have a plan to attain the things you want to attain, to accomplish those things you want to accomplish. You know exactly what the future holds because you know exactly how you're going to get there. So don't let someone else's talk, someone else's belief, someone else's words become your reality. They may have no idea what the future holds for them, but you better have an idea of what you hold in your future because it is entirely up to you. I am not one to sit here and tell you that everything is impossible. I'm not wired that way. The good book tells you that all things are possible. So if you're going through your daily life thinking about something you want to accomplish, but you are consumed with how difficult it may be, I'll ask you this question. How difficult is it to live a life that is beneath what you deserve? How difficult is it to live a life that you have settled for? Better question. How difficult is it to look in the mirror and know that you are not putting forth the best effort for yourself? Your future is in your hands if you choose to do those things that are necessary and required to not only design, but have a brighter future. So Empowerment Duo family, that is my message for you today. If you know what you want in the future, you have a plan to get there, you work that plan and you plan your work and you let nothing stop you, nothing deter you, no negativity enter your mind. If you know what you want to accomplish in your life, then go get it. There's not anyone walking the face of this earth that has more power over you than you have right here between your ears. And if you're going to utilize it, the most powerful instrument on the face of the earth, your mind, you can accomplish anything you set it to. So do exactly that. Set your goals, accomplish them with your plan, and then sit back and bask in the glory of what you have been allowed to do, simply for one simple reason, because you knew what you had in your future, and you went out and you claimed it. That's all I have for you today, everybody. As always, you stay blessed. You be a blessing. Claim your future and then go get it. We'll talk to you again soon. Peace.
Powerful,
Amen.
practical. It makes so much freaking sense. Is Mark Greer on?
No, I haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen him yet either. But my gosh, when he first said the topic, you know what's in your future? And people think you don't, because I can think of songs. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? All these things. No man knows what will happen tomorrow. But Mark is right. If you're working towards something, if you're going for something, planning on something, working in a disciplined way, learning how to do it and doing all the work required, you have every right to expect fully what it is that you're endeavoring to do. You do too have a lot to say so in what your future is going to hold.
Wow, we got a lot of feedback.
Let's
Sister
get it.
Shirley says, "Amen, Brother Mark Greer." Kenny says, "Wow."
Wow.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Shirley says, "Wow." Dr. Deborah says, "Good morning, beautiful family." Excuse me, Dr. Beverly says, "Good morning, my beautiful family. Wisdom Wednesday. Yes, claiming what I know is in my future."
That's
Amen.
right. You have every right to know it. I love this message. Dr. Deborah says,
"Great message, Brother Mark. You must have a vision. Claim your future."
That's
Amen.
right. That's right.
And Sister Barbara says, "Great." Amen.
And
Amen.
it was great. Oh, I wish he was here so we could tell him directly. He'll come probably, but even if he don't, he submitted something for us today. That was a beautiful message.
Amen. Good morning, Sister Kat. Good morning.
Actually,
Kat
it inspires me too because I know what I'm working towards. I know how hard I work, and I have every right to know what my tomorrow may bring.
Absolutely.
And Kat Ivy's in the house. Good morning, Kat Ivy. How you doing, my sister?
Good morning. I'm telling you, it really is. Hey, Demona DeBrew.
I'm so glad you're here, Demona DeBrew. And Kat Ivy, I want to ask you guys this question directly because our topic today is, what are you doing
correctly?
That's today's topic. So, Demona, in your opinion, with the time that you have on this earth, what are you doing correctly with your time, or even kind of correctly? Kat Ivy, what do you believe that you are doing correctly, or even kind of correctly with your time? What are you doing the right way, or even kind of the right way with your time?
That's right. Brother Mark Greer just entered the room. Amen.
Oh,
good morning.
Mark. Today's message was amazing. This is the best one you've ever given.
He says that every week.
No,
they
Mark.
Just get gooder and gooder.
Mark, I'm telling you, I love today's message because you're right. I was prepared to not agree because he says, you do too know what your future is. I was prepared not to agree, but he was right. He was practical. If you're working towards something, if you're planning towards something and you're giving it full work, you have every right to know what that outcome is going to be. Kat Ivy says,
living in my truth and being intentional. Amen.
She's doing that correctly. Amen. How powerful is that, Kat?
Amen.
That's amazing.
Sister Barbara says we all should work like the spider.
That's right.
Amen.
The spider's going to build a house. It's going to eat. It's going to procreate. That's what it's going to do.
Dr. Beverly says, correctly claiming and grabbing my future.
Amen, Dr. Beverly. Thank you for that. It's not a loaded question. It's a fair question, Demona. She goes, wow, that's a loaded question. Well, I want you to think a little bit on it. Get creative. Even the little things, Demona. What are the little things you're doing correctly? You're taking care of others. You're encouraging others. You're doing some stuff. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I want you to come up with, what do you believe you're doing correctly or even kind of correctly?
Dr. Beverly says, correctly knowing that it's not too late.
Amen. It's not too late. You still drawing air in your body. It's not too late. Craig, good morning, sir.
Craig says, good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. Amen. Amen.
What are you doing correctly, even kind of correctly? My second military story of the day, the little white girl and the blood wings. The day I entered jump school to learn how to jump out of a plane, there were 702 of us started out and 135 of us graduated. 702 started, 135 graduated. That's it. They try to make you quit. They ask you several times a day, anybody ready to quit? And every time they say that, there's always a few people step forward. Every time somebody was ready to quit, because it's very, very difficult. Running everywhere you go, and it's kind of like rough on your body. I went in August at Fort Benning, Georgia. It was oppressive humidity and heat. They tried to keep you wet all the time. You're wearing military clothes, and they're trying to keep you wet. So they're hosing you a lot, and you have to roll through rocks, is what they call it. Roll through rocks. That gravel that you see sometimes in driveways and things like that. So they keep those things, sprinklers on those things all day. So you have to run around, and then they got to hit the rocks. So what that means, hit the rocks, that means you have to run to the rocks, drop, and roll all the way through the rock, so
That's right, Kat. Go ahead.
So as much as your clothes can get wet as possible, so they try to keep you wet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now there was men and women are in the same school. There was this little white girl that was a couple of rows ahead of me. I never talked to her. I don't know her name. She had a blonde ponytail, and this little girl was tough because when it was going through, she was doing everything we were doing. And it was like, man, this little white girl could do it. I can't quit. This little white girl can do it. She's doing it. I'm not going to complain. She's doing it. I'm doing it. She was tough. That was beating on her just like they beating on us. I mean, it was just tough. And she was handling everything with enthusiasm. And I saw her every day go at everything with everything she got. I was like, oh, my God, that little white girl, she became one of my heroes. She was one of my heroes. And there was another dude named Wagner. Wagner was a little white boy. Wagner couldn't run as well as anybody else. He couldn't put his uniform together as well as anybody else. He was a screw up. And Wagner did everything terrible, but Wagner didn't quit. Okay. Wagner was terrible. And everybody knew he was a screw up. I mean, he was like his clothes didn't look, he couldn't wear his hat right. His always looked disheveled. He's supposed to look squared away. And he was always last place and everything. But Wagner stuck. Wagner's still here, so I can't get out. Now, the whole time your back hurts, the whole time you're hungry, the whole time you're frustrated, the whole time you're tired. But that little white girl, she made it all the way through. She graduated. I made it all the way through, graduated. Wagner made it all the way through and graduated. On the day of the graduation, it's a tough physical day. You jumped out of the plane 5 times already. Mm-hmm. So now you're getting ready to get your wings. You're getting rewarded. They give you metal wings at first. And they have these 2 prongs that stick on the back of them. And when they come to pin your wings in front of you, you have the option of just having them gently pin them on you or ask for blood wings. Blood wings are a badge of honor. Blood wings are when they put the pin on you, but they don't put the pin backs on. And then they punch you in the chest so that it punctures your skin and makes 2 permanent holes or 2 permanent marks in your chest. And the little white girl, she was a couple of rows ahead of me. They came to her and got in front of her. The 2 guys stood in front of a big black dude, one of them. He got ready to pin it. She yells, "Blood wings, black hat!" And he gave her blood wings. And he didn't pull like no punches. I was thinking he's maybe going to be gentle with her. He was not. He lifted up her T-shirt. She had a T-shirt. Lifted up her T-shirt, put those things in there. And he drew back and punched her in the chest hard as he could. And he punched her so hard that she got knocked into 2 rows behind her and rolled over like that.
Good gracious.
And she gathered herself as fast as she could and ran back to her spot and yelled, "Hurrah!" I was amazed. She did that. Now, when it came to me, I ain't say nothing like that. I just got my wings.
You just got the clip-on wings.
I got the clip-on wings like most people did. I didn't need blood wings. I graduated. But the point of that story, well, you can draw your own conclusions. That's the second military story I told today.
Kat Ivy says Demona DeBrew is consistent.
Yes.
Absolutely.
She's consistent.
Absolutely.
That little white girl taught me that you can stick through anything and others can be your models. I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. Mark Greer says, "Good morning, my people. This day will bring whatever you want it to bring. The question is, how badly do you want to bring it? One thing I'm doing correctly is keeping my circle of friends small and tight. I realized long time ago that I am not for everyone, and everyone is not for me." I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
Amen. The true words have not ever been spoken. Amen. Craig says, Brian, sorry I didn't come back on, but I set a web for this client and they got caught in the web.
That's right.
When I got on yesterday, got caught in so much that they being installed right now.
Damn.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, Craig. You don't owe us an apology about not staying on. He came on. You made an appearance, Craig.
To Male Empowerment Networks.
Empowerment Networks. When you show up, even if it's just for a moment, others see your face, others hear your voice. You did have a chance to introduce yourself. You don't owe us nothing, man. Now you come back another time. We've heard you before. We've seen you in the room. You've seen the brethren. You were amongst the brethren at Male Empowerment Networks that we do on the first and third Tuesday of every calendar month.
Amen.
I was really happy to see your face, Craig. I was excited to see you in the room.
Dr. Deborah says, I am kind of correctly balancing caring for my mom, supporting the efforts of my son,
Amen,
while also reaching towards my own goals.
That is
own dreams.
amazing.
Amen.
Too.
That's wonderful.
You're acknowledging, and I like the kind of correctly part too.
Damona says, not giving up and correctly and intentionally being better than I was the day before.
Amen.
Well, amen.
Amen. I love it,
Amen.
Damona. Thank you.
Good morning to you, Sheila. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheila Gothard. Sheila Gothard, in your opinion, what is it that you are doing correctly? With the time that you have on this earth, with the space that you occupy, what are you doing correctly or even kind of correctly?
Amen.
That's today's topic. Dr. Beverly says,
OMG, my father used to say that all the time. It just hit me. Thanks, Brian. He would say, sometimes you have to roll through the rocks. Life is never smooth. Sometimes you will come to a place that's not smooth. Learn how to roll through the rocks.
That is an amazing thought, too, that your dad said that to you. You got to roll through the rocks. You get wet, but it's better for you. You're rolling through wet rocks, yes.
Damona says, thank you, Kat. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. That's from Kat from Damona to Kat.
Amen. Kat encouraged Damona.
Absolutely.
Brother Mark Greer says, that was probably your best imitation thus far, bruh. You're getting better. You had a little James Earl Jones thing going on there. Now, let me tell you, Mark, it's reasonable for me to be getting better at doing your voice. I've done it a lot of times. I am of the belief that tomorrow and next week and next month and next year, I'll be even better than I am today. And why do I know this?
Why, baby?
Because I am practicing. I am getting better. I am going for it. And that's all I have.
Craig said, I was upset because I saw Brother Mark was there and was waiting for him to talk, LOL.
Well, he did talk, man.
Sheila said, I am definitely balancing life.
Amen. Amen.
I work hard and play hard. I used to just work hard.
Look at that. Now, that's what's called growth. That's growth. I used to, but now I no longer. Today's question is, what am I doing correctly?
That's right. And the thought of today is actually well in line with
Let's hit it.
Faith sees the invisible, believes the unbelievable, and receives the impossible.
Whoa. Hit that again.
Faith sees the invisible,
okay,
believes the unbelievable, and receives the impossible.
That's what faith is. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
William Brown, good morning. He says,
I am kind of correctly reaching out to more family and friends.
That's
Amen.
beautiful. That's beautiful because you're in the direction. You're going for something. It's now 9:36. Last military story of the day. The last time I jumped out of an airplane. Now, I am what's called a 35 jump chump. That's an affectionate term we use. However many jumps you had, that's what kind of a chump you are. So if you jumped out of a plane 100 times, you're a 100 jump chump. Okay, but I'm a 35 jump chump. That means I've jumped out of a plane 35 times. 35 times I put my knees in the breeze is what they call it, okay? So after 35 jumps, you're very experienced. You know what you're doing, okay? You're really good at it, and I was really good at it too. So what you learn, little things that they don't teach you. You learn little things. When you jump out of a plane, now most of your jumps are at night. Most of them are night jumps because you got to assume the enemy is shooting at you. So you got to get to the ground without getting shot. And they have things that's regular jumps. And they have things that's called combat jumps. Combat jumps is when you jump out of a plane with all your stuff. You have your M16 rifle strapped to your clip to your ear. You got a backpack on, and you got another pack between your legs. That's you kind of like walking and straddling it. Another pack of your gear. So you're carrying all that stuff, and you jump out of a plane with all that stuff.
Good morning.
The objective is to get to the ground, roll over, and start shooting back. Roll over, grab your rifle, and start shooting back. That's the objective. Okay. My last jump was a night jump, and it was a short jump. Short jumps are 1,500 feet. We all preferred long jumps, 3,000 feet or 3,500 feet. Okay, because you get more time to
Listen.
What?
You don't have to explain it to me. I promise you, I will never be using this information.
Well, short jumps, you basically just got to get out of the plane and get ready to land. That's all you got time for. Okay, 1,500 feet. Average treetop is about 100 feet. So 15 times the average treetop. That's how low it is. Okay, and the last 100 feet, you don't fall. It's like the ground comes up to you. And when you look, it don't look like you're falling anymore. The ground is coming up to meet you. That's the experience it feels like. But anyway, I've learned to, when you jump out of a plane at night, you want to look for something that's light, okay? Because everything dark is going to be a building or a truck or treetops. And you don't want to land on anything dark. You want to land on something light because that's going to be sand or soft dirt. So as soon as you jump out of a plane, I learned to look for something light to aim towards landing on, okay? Because you don't want to land on nothing hard, okay? What's wrong with you?
I'm just sitting here imagining a perfectly good plane.
So anyway, my last
not
jump.
on fire.
Now, a lot of it is depending upon when the pilot puts you out, okay? So where he puts you out, and you're hoping he'll put you out in the middle of the drop zone, not near the trees, because you have less chance if you're close to the trees. My last jump, my first thought when I got out of the plane, my chute opened, I looked down, I said to myself, this ain't even fair, because there was nothing light. Everything was dark. He dropped us off in the middle of a forest, okay? And it was a short jump, so you ain't got no time to do anything but get out of the plane and get ready to land. So I'm nothing but trees around me. So I'm coming, there's no place for me to go, and it was at night, and it was in the forest, in the woods. So I'm getting ready because I know it's going to be bad. I'm bracing myself, and I get to the trees, and I'm breaking some branches, and next thing you know, I'm suspended between several trees. And so what am I going to do now? I got all my gear on me. So I what they call pop a riser. So I pop out of my riser. So that means the whole side is loose. And I swung until I bumped into something. I bumped into another tree. I wrapped my arm around it, my leg around it, and I started to climb down. And I'm climbing down. And the lower I climb, the darker it gets. And I get so low. And finally, I'm on the ground. And I cannot see this. Everything is dark all around me. I am deep and far. I can't see anything. So, yes. So, but I'm at the base of a tree and I'm still hugging the tree. I'm trying to get my bearings. So I take a step and splash into the water. Okay, because the tree was like right in the water, but the water was only up to like about my thighs. That's it. So I'm in water now at night, and it's in the winter. It's in December. So I stand up, I scramble. And I start feeling for the tree again. I found the tree, I found the bank, and I'm like muddy bank and all that kind of stuff. So I'm standing up. I still can't see anything. So only thing I wasn't hurt either. So all I started yelling, help, help. And I was hoping to hear somebody yell back at me so I know what direction to try to work towards. But no one would yell anything. So I'm yelling, help, help. So I'm trying to figure out, I have my flashlight here with the red lens cover. I turn my flashlight and all I can see is like brush in front of me. And I'm afraid to walk far because I could be walking in the wrong direction. So I'm take a step and the thicket is grabbing at all my gear. Everything is difficult. And I'm trying to like get through it. And I'm yelling the whole time, help, help, help. Where's the DZ? Help, help. Where's the DZ? So finally, maybe 10 minutes later, I hear a noise. Two guys are chopping their way through the DZ and they're coming to me. And they came to rescue me, two guys. And they grabbed my gear. The one guy takes my gear. One guy takes the other part of my gear. And they said, come this way. So we get all the way out through the thicket. And we get to the drop zone. And I get to the truck. And when you get to the truck, everybody tells their war story about their jump. And I told mine. And some guy said, I heard you yelling. But I figured if somebody yelling like that, they can't be hurt. So they didn't yell back. Like, what the hell? But that was my last jump.
Ridiculous. William Brown, I'm with you. I am a no jump chump. No jump chump. Thank you. ERGJ in the building. Evan, what's good? ERGJ Black Bazaar is in the building.
I'm one day closer
to manifesting my dream of building an Afrocentric home decor store in the hood.
How about that? That sounds sexy to me. I love that idea. Sheila Goddard says, Lisa, hello, Lisa, exactly. Why jump out of a plane Why jump out and plane not on fire?
Exactly.
Because you're trying to get behind enemy lines. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get from the air to the ground quickly.
Evan, I'm with you. He says, long story. I think I'm missing a point.
The point was the story.
I think I was missing the point too. There was 2 stories that neither one of them had no point.
Really?
The first one and the third one.
The point was sometimes it ain't fair. Okay? Thicket. You need help sometimes. It's dark sometimes.
Jesus.
It wasn't fair. He put me out in the middle of the forest instead of in the middle of a drop zone. Anyway, but that's my last jump. Okay?
I don't think I will be jumping at all.
I will tell you this. I won't jump out of a military plane again. I would do a civilian jump, but I wouldn't do a military jump again. Why? Because I have knees, and I don't want to do that anymore. Okay. So those are my 3 military stories for today. I'm not going to tell any more military stories today. We are going to do what we call our greeting songs now. It's 9:44. We're 2 minutes behind schedule.
Barbara Mosley.
Barbara Mosley. She cooks here. She cooks there. Barbara Mosley cooks everywhere. Good morning, Sister Barbara Mosley. Kenny Tucker, it is time. Let's get you a greeting song. Recommend something to us, Kenny Tucker.
Was good, George.
Wait, oh, that's already going to Ernest. Going to Kenny Tucker. Kenny Tucker.
No,
okay.
It's already gone.
So we got to find something else. George Allen, also known as Chef Rev. Why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
It was the good food in me.
Nah. That's Chef Rev.
Hey, Judy. Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy. Hey, Katora.
Back to life. Back to Katora Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
Sister Sheila Gothard says, I love the military stories. It gives me an opportunity to heat up my coffee and know I'm not missing anything.
Exactly.
Ha, ha, ha.
Exactly.
Ha, ha, ha. You talk about a backhand compliment. Let's scroll, baby. Scroll.
Evan says, my greeting song disappeared. No, we're not up to you. We're going to get to it. William Brown says, wow, I heard you calling for help, but I figured you wasn't that hurt because you was yelling. There are many people with that mindset. That absolutely is
thank you
true.
for helping. Many
Absolutely
people, you don't
true.
need any help. You already got stuff going on. You don't need any help. Scroll, baby.
Amen. Amen. Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and manifestation coach.
Let's talk about that, William Brown. People were walking by. They heard me calling out for help. But if he's calling with that much energy, he don't need that much help. How about that? I just needed direction. I didn't need them to do anything for me. I just need to know which way to go. And they didn't even want to give me that.
William Brown, thank you. Because that story was aggravating me.
It's not now. It makes sense.
Now
because there are many people like that. I'll wait till the feeble and injured sounding help before I lift the finger.
Trivially,
life has new meaning to me. There is beauty up above,
and things we never take notice of.
You wake up and trivially,
you're in love. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Heat up your coffee, Sheila. Really?
William Brown.
Wait a minute. William Brown has a jam. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning, our friend Bill. Good morning. Tonight at 7 p.m. It's not too late to register. How to leverage your degrees and your certifications into paying clients. There's so many people frustrated. I have all these degrees. I have this doctorate. I have these certifications. I invested all that time, energy, and money. And where are my clients? I thought that once I got this degree or a certification, people would be lined up to throw money at me. And it just not happened that way. Tonight, I'm going to talk about how to sell and how to leverage your degree into money.
Absolutely. Kenny said, he said, is the theme of more money, more problems. I don't know that song.
Yeah, that's a rap by Jay-Z. I mean Biggie. More money, more problems. I don't agree with that thought. More money, more problems. I think more money, more options.
Stephanie says, Stephanie Mars, welcome. Stephanie says, Trivoli has my song. I know.
No, she's sharing your song because there was a season, Stephanie, where you were busier, where your song wasn't being used. And Trivoli and Stephanie matter. So since Stephanie Mars is here,
we're going to get to do both.
Stephanie.
Life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above. And things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love.
Well, Kenny says just the theme, the rhythm of More Money, More Problems is what he wants.
Oh, okay, cool. We could do that. Okay.
And Shirley DeJohnette,
why it will rock you. Shirley DeJohnette, why it will rock you.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way.
Miss Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Absolutely. Dr.
Beverly's here. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Absolutely. Demona DeBrew. Can't nobody. Nobody.
Flyer than you.
Oh no, that's a different one. Okay. I got the song mixed up. There's nobody flyer than you.
That's right. Ain't nobody flyer. Nobody's flyer than Demona DeBrew. That's it.
There we go.
See, Demona, you can't go too long without giving us a chance to do your jam because it'll go away from us. We're in our mid-50s.
Cat Ivy
does it better. She makes sangria
and rasta pasta too. Cat Ivy,
she does it better than you. That's right. You got to help us out. Don't space it out so long.
Crackside.
1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees.
And you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze.
What's good, Mark? Brother Mark.
So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Let me tell you something. If you only come once a week to the show, make sure it's a Wednesday. You got to catch Mark Greer doing his thing.
Amen. Sheila, storms are brewing in her eyes. Oh.
Talk to your man. It's your boy in the building. Evan Jefferson's in the building. ERGJ is in the building. Right?
That's right. That's right. I was trying to read the comment. Craig says, you are on to something with this. You got something special with these theme songs. We try. Stephanie just said, let Trivoli have a song. She wants another song. Well, Stephanie, help me figure it out. If you want me to do a different song, let's do it.
Right. And y'all got to help us. We need help with the song.
Absolutely. William Brown says, looking like the old people is going to need a song list. Absolutely.
We
do.
Need
something.
We need some kind of help, some kind of a tool, some kind of a something.
We is going to need help. I need somebody help. Not just anybody help.
More money, more problems. We're going to find Kenny's Jam in there somewhere.
Absolutely. We're going to get it. I think we're about at the end of the... I saw somebody else. Oh, Stephanie said Trivoli has my song. We already read that.
Okay, so you giving up the song to Trivoli. We got to find a different one for you. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we could do that, Stephanie. No problem. We could do that.
Trivoli says, oh, no, I love you, Stephanie. Let's be friends. Y'all can be friends, but she can have her own song.
I understand why she want her own song.
Absolutely.
And that's okay. It's no problem. But Trivoli fits wonderful with the jam. So does Stephanie, though. So we got to find something else.
Miss Phyllis said, I didn't hear my song. We said
we did it. We'll do it again. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning.
Amen. Just got to make sure we're reading. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara.
She says you guys are doing great with the songs. Thank you. I'm telling you, it's a challenge. We like doing them, and we're going to keep doing them.
Evan says we definitely got to find one for me. So you don't like ERGJ in the building?
Talk to your man. It's your boy in the building. ERGJ is in the building. That's Jay-Z, man. That's what came to me. So we can find something else.
Absolutely.
But we want you to like your song.
Absolutely.
We want you to like it.
We want you to enjoy your song. So Kenny, we got to work on your song. Stephanie, you got to help me get your new song. And little Evan, help us get that song. And Miss Phyllis says, "La, that was the song, but say it again. La, thanks. That was
before your song, but it's the first time. No, it's not. We did it before. Shirley says, I love my song. Evan says, that's cool. I didn't get that energy the first time. No problem. Mark Greer says, another thing. I continue. And with whoever do correctly is protect, project, and perfect my peace every single day. That is my mantra. I will never sacrifice my peace, period. Let me tell you something. Mark Greer mean that.
That's absolutely right.
He means that. You're not compromising his peace. He's not going to let anybody, anything, any situation compromise his peace.
Absolutely.
Above all else, he values that.
Absolutely. Kenny says, I love the boy in the building. That one is dope. He loves your song, Evan. Amen. Evan says, that's cool. I didn't get that energy the first time. That's right. We got to give you the energy.
That's right.
And he says, add the champ is here at the end of his song.
That's two. Now, the champ is here. I love the champ here coming from one of my favorite documentaries, When We Were Kings. It's a story about when Muhammad Ali was fighting George Foreman in Zaire, Africa. The champ is here. The champ is here. Will Smith played Ali in that movie, actually. But the original documentary was When We Were Kings, and then Will Smith did it in Ali.
Amen. And William Brown says, I like my song. It encourages me.
And I'm glad that it encourages
you. We
you.
wanted to remind you of how much we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. That's what it's for. Really.
That's what it's for.
That this show doesn't work nearly as well without you and your energy, your comments, your feedback, and your insights on the topics.
Now, we got to get out of here.
Evan said, I guess I got 2 songs. All right, big man. You got 2 songs. We love you. We love you. Love you. We're going to see you tomorrow.
Is it time for us to ask you to invite somebody that doesn't get to experience this? We want to expand our belt a little bit. We want to expand our belt. So would you, ma'am, would you, sir, invite someone else that you believe would also enjoy this? Not everyone will roll with this, by the way. Some people think our show is silly. Some people think our show is whatever. Okay, but Dr. Deborah says,
my song introduces me to my work day. Love it. Absolutely.
See, she's found meaning with it besides just the song. It introduces her to her work day. Amen. We got to go.
We got to go. We love you. We love you. Love you. See you tomorrow.